Grudge Match is back again, bringing you another super-powered slugfest, where denizens of different dimensions duel diligently to determine the definitive dominator. And a slugfest it's sure to be, as in this episode it's going to be a beatdown to determine who is indeed the strongest around. Representing DC, it's the breaker of Superman, Doomsday, and for Marvel, the gamma-powered monster, the Incredible Hulk. Now, both these characters are thought to be among the strongest, if not the indeed absolute strongest, of their respective universes, and they have a lot of similarities in additional powers beyond just strength. Taking a look at the Hulk first, he debuted way back in 1962. Robert Bruce Banner, also known as the Incredible Hulk, was a scientist who invented a new type of energy in gamma technology and created a gamma bomb and was testing it when he got caught in the blast radius. His body absorbed all that gamma radiation, and it allowed him to, whenever he got extremely angry and it was activated by adrenaline, to turn into the Incredible Hulk, large hulking green-skinned brute that we've all come to know throughout the years. Now, he's gone through a lot of revisions over the years, his powers increasing, decreasing, and the thing that sets it off also changing as well. He wasn't always depicted as only changing when he got angry. Sometimes he would change when it would get dark and be nighttime, and during the day he'd turn back to human. Other times he'd turn into the Hulk and just stayed that way for long periods of time, even when he calmed down. So there's a bunch of different types of Hulks that he would become. There were green-skinned, gray-skinned. Some were angrier than others, the Savage Hulk, the Professor Hulk, the Merged Hulk, all different types. But most all of them shared a similarity in having, of course, incredible physical strength to start with at a calm level, and all of them, with very few exceptions, had the ability to increase beyond that into virtually unlimited realms of physical strength. Doomsday debuted in DC Comics in 1992. His backstory was he was a Kryptonian experiment sort of gone awry. He was killed over and over and tortured over and over and over by Kryptonian scientists because every time they killed him, he would regenerate, he would resurrect more powerful and stronger than he was before. And so they were attempting to create the ultimate entity, the ultimate creation. And they very well succeeded in creating a character who was incredibly physically powerful and virtually indestructible. He eventually found his way to Earth, and because of all the years he had spent being tortured and killed by Kryptonian scientists, he developed a natural hatred for all things Kryptonian. So when he arrived on Earth, he very quickly got into a fight with Superman and ended up fighting him all the way until Superman couldn't take any more, and he actually was thought to have killed Superman. Superman, of course, went into a period of dormancy and regenerated himself weeks later, but for quite a while, he was thought to have been the one being in all the universe who managed to actually kill Superman. Now, like I said, they have a lot of the same abilities in terms of their primary ability, both being incredible physical strength, and they also have, in addition to that, things that go right along with that, including superhuman reflexes, stamina, and a very high degree of indestructibility. Both of them can be damaged if enough force and effort is applied, but they also both have an advanced healing factor that allows them to heal almost instantaneously from most forms of damage. Now, one thing that Doomsday has that Hulk does not is his reactive resurrection, his ability to come back to life after having been killed, stronger than he was when he was killed. And in fact, when he comes back, he will then be invulnerable to the thing that killed him when it comes to most things. He has been killed a few times through sheer physical damage, and he doesn't seem to become completely invulnerable to that every time he comes back. He does become stronger, and it does become more difficult to kill him again, but he doesn't become immediately immune to physical damage. But virtually all types of other things he will become immune to. Various types of energy attacks he will become completely immune to once he resurrects. In addition to that, he can also take some of the powers and abilities of superhumans that he finds himself in combat with. In the past, he's been able to absorb the ability to fly and absorb greater types of physical shielding, developing metal spikes instead of the regular bone spikes that he normally possesses. However, that might not come into play too much in a fight against the Hulk, since the Hulk's primary abilities that he uses are ones that Doomsday already possesses: incredible strength, stamina, and high degree of resistance to damage. But that reactive resurrection is one thing that the Hulk just does not have. When it comes to the Hulk, he has a couple of things in his corner that might give him a little bit of an edge. His unlimited strength is fueled by an infinite level of rage and anger, and this also gives Hulk a very indomitable will. Hulk doesn't have to be in a completely mindless rage in order to tap into his upper echelons of superhuman strength. He can sometimes be a version of the Hulk that is merged with the intelligence of Bruce Banner. And in fact, the most powerful version of the Hulk that we've ever seen in the comics is a Hulk that combines the best parts of the Hulk and Bruce Banner. And that was the Hulk from the World War Hulk series, who is known as the Green Scar. That was a version of the Hulk where all parts of the Hulk personality, be it Bruce Banner, the Hulk, Joe Fixit, the gray-skinned one, all the different parts of his personality were all in agreement with each other, so he wasn't fighting with himself, and that made him the most powerful version of the Hulk we've ever seen. So he does not have to be in a mindless rage, a mindless beast of an animal, in order to fully tap into his power quite the way Doomsday does. So that gives him an indomitable will. He's incapable of feeling fear or terror or doubt when he's in his fully enraged Green Scar Hulk form. So they both have something going for them that the other one does not. So having looked at the backstories and compared the abilities of these two characters, it's time to determine a winner. That winner is going to be the Incredible Hulk. The reason the Hulk walks away as the winner and the definitive strongest there is between the comic universes is because he doesn't have to be in a mindless rage in order to access the top tier levels of his power, whereas Doomsday does. In the comics, whenever Doomsday is just a mindless animal in a mindless rage, that's when he's at his absolute most powerful. That is when he has near infinite levels of strength and durability and stamina and can keep fighting for days and days and days. A mindless Doomsday versus a mindless Incredible Hulk might end up being a stalemate. The two really don't have enough differences between them to say which one would win. Both have incalculably high levels of strength, practically infinite strength, and invulnerability. But in the comics, when Doomsday has, on occasion, gotten a certain level of intelligence and emotion, his abilities decline. He is prone to fear. He is prone to doubt. And that fear and doubt about whether or not he's going to lose his fight, whether or not he's going to die again, that has allowed him to be defeated much more easily than he would have been in his mindless, raging state. The Hulk is exactly the opposite. The times that he's been smart, the times that the Bruce Banner intelligence has merged with the Hulk's strength has made him more powerful. That's when he became the Green Scar. That's when he became the most powerful version of Hulk we've ever seen. So mindless Hulk versus mindless Doomsday is a stalemate. Intelligent Doomsday versus an intelligent Hulk, the Hulk clearly wins. And though Doomsday does still have the reactive resurrection that will allow him to resurrect more powerful no matter what state he's in when he dies, even if he is in the intelligent, fearful state, he will still resurrect later on, but that resurrection can be months, even years down the road. So, by that point, Hulk will have clearly have won the fight, and it will be months or even years later when Doomsday returns to life. So, based on that, Hulk is going to walk away the winner and the definitive strongest there is between the comic universes. So message me down below, let me know what you think of the outcome of this fight and any suggestions for upcoming episodes. We'll see y'all on the next time, on the next edition of Grudge Match.